Hello, golfers. It is possible that you need to stop asking the question, what is wrong with my golf swing, and start focusing on what's wrong with my golf shots and how you can use this little baby to improve the outcomes. Let's get after it. Folks, I'm gonna bend down and pick up my water bottle. This is, folks, I'm telling you, there is something to this. I'm gonna bend down, it's way down here. I picked up my trusty water bottle. I'm gonna take a drink. Damn, it's not bourbon, ew. Okay, let's revisit that. To bend down and pick this thing up, my right arm extended, my wrist actually flexed and ulnar deviated, my right leg flexed at the knee and at the hip. I bowed for, oh my gosh, without even trying to move my body, the simple intent of, hey, pick this damn thing up, Dunigan, created a whole host of movements, because that, dear golfer, is how your brain works. Well, turns out that this is a really, really, really big deal. And believe it or not, you can get a ton of body movement improvement simply by making the tool do something different and letting your genius, yes, you're not as dumb as you think, your genius brain will conduct the orchestra to comply with your wishes. Now, I fully get that you may have come here just for swing tips. Okay, fine. Well, as you hopefully have already learned, this is not the channel for you if you just want a quick fix. I'm trying to get you to learn how to learn, or I would say relearn how to learn, because as we've gotten more adult, we have forgotten how to learn. We think just because we know that we can show, and that ain't true, as you may already have found out. So now you're thinking like a sane person. Listen, I want my golf ball to do, what do you want it to do? Okay, what do you want it to do? Well, I'm sure that some of you would simply like to stop hitting behind the golf ball, or wrong ball first. Hit the ball, then the turf. Okay, fine. So now we're going to go like this. Okay, what's wrong with my shots? I'm not hitting them. The ground's getting in the way. I come back this way, say, okay, Dunigan, hey, let's hit the ground over here. Let's hit a little farther. Okay, let's hit a little farther over there. Now that is like 9 inches out in front of the golf ball. Now I have a clear intent, and intent in my book is 9/10 of the law. Okay, I'm focusing on out here, and if the ball happens to get in the way, wait. Dunigan, did you just say I may have to give up my attachment to that stupid ball? Yes, I did. In case I hit this golf ball, I'm going to try to land my aeroplane on this side of the golf ball. Well, let's give it a shot. All right, here we are. I didn't hit the ground at all. And now what we do is we go, okay, first question, did you pay attention, Dunigan? Why, yes, I did. I was trying to hit the ground over here. I missed the ground altogether. And we'll give it another shot. All right, let's test run again. I've hit behind the golf ball. Good golly, I hate when I do that. And now we go to how to make sense out of the nonsense. I'm trying to hit the ground over on this side of the golf ball, and I'm not doing it. I definitely hit behind it. Mrs. Trackman says I bottomed out 4 inches before ball contact. That's awesome, maybe for a sand shot. Maybe for a drive, that would work. Not for a ball off the turf. Now, when you've got the clear intention and you can't seem to do it, then you're going to get your butt on video, and there is no excuse to not put your swing on video, and you're going to look very simply for anything that might be making it difficult, starting with setup. So let's look at that one. Oh, wait a minute. I look over here and I go, this dude is already leaning backward. Okay, wait a minute. All right, ball's a little bit forward in the stance, and the kid is leaning. He's got his shirt buttons tilted way backward. And we go like this, right from the notch in the throat effectively. That's a lot of tilt for an iron, and the ball's forward. Okay, those are two possible things that have already put me behind the 8-ball, so to speak. Literally, I am behind the 8-ball over here. Now, using some sanity, please, you go to the first thing that you see that could cause the problem, and I saw two of them. Now, I got to check. I like to have this golf ball inside my left foot by about a club head. Okay, I keep moving it up forward in my stance, which I've done all season, which is pretty funny. Okay, so I've got to be more meticulous about my setup. And then I keep leaning backward. I've done it all season, and I have to fight against it. So now I'm going to have the same intent of landing the golf club over here, land my airplane, we like to call it. But I'm going to set up with a better ball location, well, a not so far forward ball location. Forward might be better, might not be. So let's don't call it better, let's call it what it is. I'm starting out with that ball inside my left foot by about one club head. Okay, zero tilt the spine, Dunigan. It feels weird. It feels like I am now leaning like this. And then I look at it on video and I'm standing straight up and down. Well, oh my gosh, did Dunigan just show you folks that your feel sucks? So does mine. You can't trust your feel. You have to use some video because your feel will lie. In fact, if whatever you're doing doesn't feel uncomfortable, if it feels comfortable, it's the old way. So, ball location, zero tilt the spine, intent, hit the ground over here. Come on, baby, you can do it. Well, I'll be darned. That was much more solid contact. Let's have a look at that one. There's the old guy. There's the ball location. There's the ball a little bit further back. Okay, fine. Here is the spot. Well, you can see that clearly. Good golly. Okay, and what we might see is, I'm going to draw you the vertical center line that I got from my old pal, Chuck Evans, great golf teacher and dear friend. There's the vertical center line, he called it. Right in between your heels. All right, close enough. You can see a difference in setup. And curiously enough, TrackMan says that I bottomed out 2.4 inches after ball contact. Isn't that special? And folks, I didn't change my swing. I just altered my setup. Isn't that cool? So you check on that stuff first. But wait a minute. Fine, Dunigan, I've already mastered, you say, the skill of solid contact, but I can't hit the inside of the golf ball. Well, okay. Then you go, okay, can I take my golf club? Where's inside? Inside is behind my hiney over here somewheres, right? And maybe rather than try to move my body parts, externally rotate my trail arm and all that kind of crap, maybe I should just take my stick and pull the grip end behind me. And does that get me more inside? So it's sort of like this. I'm going to reach over here and open the door. Now look at that. I just made a beautiful turn without knowing I even turned. I just reaching back here to open the door. I hope that makes sense. The last golf ball had a 1 degree from the inside approach, which is not sucky, pretty straight, not really biased toward a draw at all. But let's just see here, get my good setup. I'm going to get the club more inside. All right, I've checked my ball position, checked my spine. All right, now pull the grip inside, which is behind here. I'm going to turn the doorknob over this way. Let's see. All right, and that should hopefully be almost, well, to be honest, within about 3 swings, a different looking backswing. Let's look. Okay, folks, did he do anything different? Well, I'll be damned. This is a radically different backswing. Now, I'm going to say a word that drives me nuts. Look at the different arm structure. Wow, isn't that cool? I had no idea about arm structure. I was just pulling, now I didn't throw the head back. I would have said that. I pulled the grip back behind me more. The head followed, but I didn't whip the club way inside because that wasn't what I was intent on doing. I was intent on pulling the grip back this way so I could open the door over here. And I got a radically different backswing on the first try. Folks, isn't that wonderful? And the path went to very inside out, and I hit a draw. Intent is 9/10 of the law. Now, folks, we could do this with every single aspect of the game, but I have full freedom to miss-hit golf shots, to hit them offline. I want to see if I can just move the club differently. It's very possible that I would have taken that more behind me, which is inside is back here again. Inside, outside, okay? Oh, by the way, stay away from that idea. You've got to get the club out in front of you more. That's for very, very, very few people in the entire world. Ignore that one. Some of the best players in the world, John Rahm, have the club stuck behind them the whole damn way into the golf ball. So maybe stuck behind ain't that bad. Or do we just misunderstand what it is? I don't want to get into that. All right. Well, so we have contact. Now we have club path. What if I'm too far inside out? Okay. Well, hey, Dunigan, well, you just had a 6.7 degree path. Now, I'm going to give yourself a constraint here. I don't want you to jack up that backswing because that backswing is pretty cool. But let's make the club move lefter through the golf ball. How? I don't know. I'm just going to move the grip end more to the left. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to reach back, open the door over here, and I'm going to reach forward and open the door over here and see if I get a straighter path. Checking the setup. That a boy feels awful. Must be correct then. That swing's going to be different again, except I forgot to turn it on. So we're going to learn to cover the ball. Right. Hopefully you get the lunacy of trying to tell your body how to move. Okay. What to do, not how. What we're going to do on this one is we're going to pull the grip end behind this way and then pull it behind this way. And this super hot body, as you can see, is going to move the best way that it can, because that's the job, right? My brain is going to move myself the best way it can to comply with my wishes. Now, there could be a physical constraint. Well, you can't move that way, Dunigan, but I'm not going to assume that. I'm going to see what I can do. Okay, so pull that grip inside, pull that grip inside on the other side. Okay, fine. Check your setup, for goodness sakes, Dunigan. Yes, check the grip. Okay, ball position looks bueno. Zero tilt spine, feels like crap, must be good. All right, here we go. So, pull it in again. Well, I just went back to a dead straight path. Let's see if that changed. Now, folks, don't give me any undue credit of being a phenomenal athlete. Okay, there's the original backswing. There is the adjusted backswing. Okay. Neat. Look at the space between my grip and my pretty little head. Okay, big space. Grip to head, small space. Less inside, more steep, if you will, more inside. Fine. Okay, and the downswings changed accordingly. Okay, at about the same spot. The hands are more out toward the ball. Got that? Bodies turn a little bit more. Fine, fine, fine. Now this one to this one. And mind you, I'm doing this with no practice. I'm just doing it with intent. Oh, they're almost synced up, folks. Let's see if there's any difference in these two guys. Little toe ball, folks. All right, let me catch them up a little bit. Well, I don't know about you, but I can see a massive difference already just in the posture. Isn't that cool? stood up more here. Okay, let me get around here a little bit more. Ooh. Now I can see the handle is moving around to the left a little bit quicker, earlier, if you will. This club here is going to exit a little higher. There's the club coming out of my shoulder. This is going to come out most likely a little bit below my shoulder. There we go. Isn't that cool? Now, you look at the body, the posture is different, the hips are different, the turn is different. Well, I'll be. My point, I hope is not lost on you, is that I can create different body movements just by doing something differently with the tool, except for one thing. Intent is 9/10 of the law, and you must pay attention to your intention. When I'm trying to do something different like that, well, I faded that ball off again. I didn't square the face. I could do the exact same procedure with more closing the face on the way up or in the transition or in the way through if I had to, but that's my last option. I could just change the grip to help me. That's all fine. But the fact is, if you stick to what's wrong with my shots, what can I do differently with my tool, then you can get places fast because your brain knows how to move you as best it can, most efficiently it can, to comply with your wishes. I hope that is very, very clear, and it's terribly important. So get after it, folks.